Hello, listeners from close and far. My name is Scotty O'Shea, and I'm one of your hosts of the Diving Deep podcast. And I'm here today with John Bird. John, what's going on?
Not much. Last night, watched the new episode of Falcon and Winter, and yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened to me.
Nice. So if you can't tell, today we're going to be talking about the first two episodes of the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe series premiering on Disney Plus, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. John, what do you think so far?
It's amazing. Okay, how everyone immediately hated the U.S. agent guy, new Captain America man, and I don't know. They kind of humanized him, and then at the very end, he was like, get out of my way. And they were like, oh. I was like, oh, that's the start of him becoming, or we're gonna see his true colors pretty soon.
Okay, he's gonna get like unhinged by the end of the series, guarantee. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Episode 1 I thought was just like okay. It was good, but there's a little left to be desired from the premiere. But episode 2 was magnificent because we finally got to see them together. They're actually diving into the character of U.S. Agent, and we saw Zemo at the end. And Zemo was the only reason I was excited for this show at all. So, yes, good stuff.
Zemo. So glad that they're bringing him back. And the music that was playing when they talked about getting him.
So I'm pretty sure that music played during his introduction as well.
Yeah.
That music is from somewhere. I could have been from like Civil War, or I know it's from Civil War somewhere, but I don't know where specifically in the movie. But yeah, pretty great so far. I'm not disappointed. I'm really not.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What?
You speak.
Me go? Okay. I was gonna say I like the character interactions between the Bucky man and the Sam man because they're good. They're good, We don't really get to see them interact too much in the movies. I guess in like Civil War is when we get to see them kind of interact with like that one Spider-Man scene, but like now we're seeing them really interact, and it's just great. The counseling between the two, couples therapy, that was awesome.
Yeah, I read an article. The reason that Marvel wanted to move forward with a series about them was because of that scene with Spider-Man.
Oh my god, yes.
They saw that, and we were like, huh, I'd watch that. Disney, and like I think a lot of like the ideas that became the shows were definitely already in development, but were definitely like on the back burner. But so then when Bob Iger asked them to make content for Disney Plus, they just like exploded.
Oh yeah.
They have so much stuff on the way.
Loki.
I don't care about Loki, but yeah, I know. Tom Hiddleston stands, don't cancel me. But they've killed off that character approximately 16.57 times. So I don't care about anything they do with him anymore because it's meaningless.
It's now in an alternate universe, so I don't think it truly matters what happens to him.
Yeah, so nothing matters anymore. He's been dead like 15 times. The show takes place in an alternate continuity. Like, sure, I'm going to watch it. But I can guarantee right now I will not be as nearly engaged with Loki as I will with this and that I was with WandaVision. It just doesn't appeal to me. And I think I'm in the minority there because Tom Hiddleston is great as the character, but it's starting to get a little too much. Like, I just don't care.
I'm gonna cancel you. How dare you?
I know.
I'm a stan for Tom Hiddleston.
It's literally my least anticipated Marvel series. All like the 15 they have announced. This is the one where I'm like, I don't care.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Bold claims from me, but we're not here to talk about the Loki show.
No.
Yet. That's for another like 2.5 months. We are here to continue talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I was going to say something about it, but I'm now forgetting. Oh, yes. I wanted to talk about Bradley, the the black super soldier that they interact with in episode 2. Because, do you know his story in the comics?
Yeah, I saw a YouTube video of like pointing out all the details in that, and
because
they kind of went into it, but I think you should go into it.
His comic book backstory is insane, and when they nodded to the specific one I'm thinking of, so pretty much I don't know if it was World War II or Korea, in one of the wars a good like 70 years ago or whatever, the U.S. recruited 300 African American soldiers to be recruited into the war, and instead of sending them off to a normal camp, they essentially sent them to a lab where they thought they were soldiers, but they were actually being experimented on with the super soldier serum. But the super soldier serum did not react the same way it did for Steve because they had changed it and it didn't work. So 295 of the 300 soldiers die. The other 5 are sent on a mission, and I think that Bradley is the only one who survives. So he goes on one last mission where he steals Captain America's suit to go do it. So he's successful, he's a hero, but he spent 17 years in prison because he stole Captain America's suit. So when he said, "I spent 30 years in prison," I immediately knew that's what they were nodding to, and yeah.
My God.
But I don't know if he necessarily stole the suit because they didn't know where Steve's body was by then, but he definitely did something similar to that. He could have there could have already been a Captain America museum or something to commemorate Steve Rogers, so he took the suit from there. I don't know, but that's definitely what they were nodding to, that backstory, and that made me so happy. And the grandson is Patriot, who's a member of the Young Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we've talked about 5 times now that they're setting up the Young Avengers, and this just solidifies it. I can't see them not setting up the Young Avengers with everyone that they've introduced. We have 3 members right off the bat: Tommy, Billy, and Eli Bradley.
And we're gonna get what's her name, Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Mm-hmm.
Isn't she part of it? Yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting a Miss Marvel show in September. She's not a member of the team in the comics, but I'm sure they'll throw her in because she's the perfect fit. And then America Chavez, she's being introduced in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So that right there is 6 members. That's an easy team right there.
Amen.
I just really hope that we actually get one, or get a series, because I think instead of doing the big Avengers movies, they're going to split up the team-ups. I think we're going to have the Young Avengers, but we're also going to have the Thunderbolts, which Zemo will be a founding member of, because we know Ross is back in the MCU. He's in Black Widow. I'm sure he's going to appear in She-Hulk because of his connection to the Hulk already from the Incredible Hulk. And I won't be shocked if he shows up here, too. I think that he is recruiting a team of villains to be sent on tasks, kind of like the Suicide Squad, because we just got that trailer yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Man, I watched it. Oh, so good.
Good trailer. I'm excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was, for audio listeners out there, love you to death. That was my dog.
Oh, okay.
It's very mad
I'm shocked that I could hear that. But yeah, it's so good. This show is really great. Now, I think the writing is definitely the best part. This is arguably the best writing to come from the MCU. We're only 2 episodes in, and I'm comfortable saying that. Malcolm Spellman, I believe, was the head writer and the creator of the show. Hats off to him. He is excellent at his job.
Mm-hmm. Amen. It definitely does feel a lot like the script feels a lot more, I don't know the word for it, but you can just, if you watch it,
grounded.
You can just feel it, yeah.
They're doing a good job at grounding the show in reality, because, just those scenes in Baltimore, when, the cops come up and they're like, "Sir, do you have an ID? Sir, is he bothering you?" And then they're like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Barnes, but it looks like we're going to have to take you in." That difference between what happens to a black man and what happens to a white man. people are saying it's forced politics, but it's not, because this is truth, and this is what happens every day.
Yeah.
Because I think they said the show is very timely. It was supposed to come out in August of 2020, so that's 2 months after everything that happened last June. And, they've said it's a very timely show, it's very relevant. So I think it's going to boil down, or the fact that John Walker is in the show will boil down to the fact that the government does not want a black man to be Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I'm willing to bet money on.
Yeah. Because didn't he said something like that, kind of, about...
He might have. I'm not sure, but...
When he threw those Altoid can into the wall. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah, when Eli is the grandson. So,
yeah.
Oh, no,
Bradley.
Isaiah.
Oh,
that's the grandfather, Isaiah Bradley. Yeah, he was really good. I hope we see more of him.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like we will. Good. Fingers crossed, at least, because I remember that casting. I want to see him beat someone up. Yeah, that casting as Carl Lumbly to play him, that was, relatively big, in the news sources and stuff. So, I don't see them throwing that character just for, 3 minutes. I think he will, or I hope at least he will show up again, because I want to see more of him, and I'd love to see them get a younger actor in so they could recreate how him and Bucky met and how he said, "I tore off half that metal arm."
Oh yeah, because does that mean him and Bucky, they must have fought?
Oh yeah, 100%. It was probably the first time that Bucky ever lost. If it was Korea, well, I don't know was it Korea? Because Bucky said it's the guy from the bar in Korea. Was that what he said?
Oh, yeah. So, I think...
But it might not have been, because I don't see how that guy would be alive.
Yeah.
Because he would be, 106, which is how old Bucky should be. So maybe it happened later, in, the 80s or something. I don't know. But I really want to see a flashback of watching that scene play out.
Yeah. Also, someone pointed out that when The Hobbit came out, when, Bucky said he read it, he was, already an adult by the time it came out. Therefore, he was a nerd. Bucky is nerd.
Yeah, Bucky and Steve were both born in, 1919, I think. So he would have been, 18. But that was a really cool line, because The Hobbit is still so relevant, like Middle-earth and Tolkien. In our lives today, he still has such an impact, and the fact that The Hobbit was written so long ago, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Have you read The Hobbit?
Oh yeah, I have my copy up there on my shelf, along with the 3 Lord of the Rings books.
Wait, which copies do you have? Because there's 15 bajillion variants.
I don't know. It looks like the movie ones.
Oh, okay,
My dad has the other ones.
I have these super nice ones. They're the 25th anniversary of or 75th anniversary of The Hobbit. It's all in a 4-pack.
Oh, nice. Today's episode is brought to you by Progressive. 15% or more can save you 15%.
It's definitely not, but yeah, those.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah,
yes.
And I actually my uncle got the book, the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings in a one leather book. So he gave us the movie prints. They're up there. You can't see them. They're just out of view. But so technically we have 2 copies of them. But
nice. So it's the actual book that Bilbo and Frodo wrote in The Hobbit.
I was with him the day he got it. It's super nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the show that they're doing for Lord of the Rings?
Alrighty, I got a boned. No, I don't. I don't know much about it really. I haven't been keeping up on it. I think the last thing I saw was that they were gonna try and make it more Game of Thrones-ish, which I'm not necessarily. Actually, I kind of am mad about it because that wasn't J.R. Tolkien's original intent.
Granted, if you look at Game of Thrones now, it's impossible to say they didn't take inspiration from Middle-earth. But I don't think that they should take or that the Middle-earth stuff should now continue to take inspiration from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because Game of Thrones is ten times more. I guess I would say realistic. I read half of the first book so far. I'm finally reading Game of Thrones, and yeah, and my God, did George R. R. Martin build a crazy world where like it kind of feels like the stand he took from Stephen King and from J.R.R. Tolkien, but he like mixed them together, and it's really good. It's like half politics of society and half other things.
Somebody
it's
say
insane.
society?
I did, and I don't know. I don't know what about it is, but it's pretty good. But like, it's nothing like J.R.R. Tolkien's writing.
Now, do you know who Joaquin Torres is? So I don't want to say anything if you don't know who he is.
Say it. Tell us.
He's the Falcon in the comics after Sam.
Oh, was he the guy that was with the fake Captain America man?
No, that's Lamar Hoskins.
Doesn't he become
Battlestar.
Bucky?
No, so what? Torres is the guy who Sam works with in the military. The young guy.
Oh.
In the comics, there's like some government mutation done on him, so like he becomes half Falcon. Like he has like the wings and stuff. I doubt they're gonna go that route, but if the show plays out like we think it will, and Sam becomes Captain America at the end, Torres will become the Falcon.
That's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is Bucky just gonna be like, I did want the shield, but nah, or
I don't know what they're gonna do with Bucky because he's very concerned that Sam gave up the shield. We all know that, but I don't think he wanted it because I mean we can go back to the first Avenger, and immediately, like the Doctor Stanley Tucci I think played him. He says, "We chose you not because you're a perfect soldier, but because you're a good man." And if you look at that, Bucky is the perfect soldier, where Sam is the good man. So I don't think that was intentional, but you can plug it back into 10 years ago, and yeah,
10 years ago. Wow.
God, that movie came out 10. I remember like seeing I didn't get into the MCU until like 2014 or so, but I remember seeing the trailers for the first Captain America movie, and at Dunkin' Donuts they did this like promotion thing where they got like red, white, and blue culottes and they served them in these really cool Captain America. Do you remember those?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first thing I remember about Captain America, because I need to find that.
That's a blast to the past.
It really is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, June 20th. Yep.
Yep, there they are.
Yep.
Oh my God.
10 years ago.
When can we bring those back? 10-year anniversary?
10-year anniversary, yeah. It was announced on June 23rd, 2011. And here we are now in March of 2021. Yeah. And I also saw that Wyatt Russell, the actor who's playing John Walker, had the first like thing he ever did like a big audition for was for the first Avenger as Captain America. But obviously things didn't go according to plan. Chris Evans takes the role, but now 10 years later he got the call saying, "Do you want to be John Walker?" Which begs the question: do you think they held auditions for John Walker, or do you think they went through old Captain America audition tapes?
They must have gone through old Captain America, and but like if you think about that, then they're like, this guy seems evil and psychotic. We're going to choose him. But at the same time, I mean, you get to be amazing, super person. So
super person.
Can't be too mad.
No, you really can't.
What was I gonna? Oh yes, the Flag Smashers.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
Who's hunting them down? Who's hunting them down? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a ton of thoughts on them so far. All we know is that they don't like the world the way it is right now, and that's about it. We don't really have any of their motivation other than the fact that they liked the world better when 3.5 billion of the people in it were dead.
Yeah. So what are they gonna do? Nuke half the world?
I think they just want to like take down governments and stuff to let the people live freely again. I don't even know. We need to see more of them because I am intrigued. And also, why are they superhuman? During the blip, the government tried to make a new army of super soldiers, and they rebelled and became the Flag Smashers, and that's where it started.
Maybe.
Because all of them have super soldier strength, which is why Sam and Bucky get so demolished by them. Bucky has that strength, but Sam's just a guy with a pair of wings. And John Walker doesn't have anything at all. He just has the shield. So.
Oh, yeah. That makes me mad how he is able to throw the shield as fast as Captain America without having the same strength. It's like, how strong is this man?
Again, he's in peak physical condition.
And he threw
MIT.
the shield underneath that guy. Oh my god. It was awesome.
And did you notice when he's doing the interview, he puts the shield on the ground?
Oh.
I feel like that's almost like a subtle nod to how he's not justified in being the new Captain America, or how he's like disrespecting the mantle. Because Steve always had it strapped to his arm or behind or on his back. He would rather die than like put it on the ground or something. I don't know. I picked up on that when I was watching before we started, and it stuck out.
Yeah, it was not. Don't put down the shield, man. And you drop the shield.
Don't drop the shield. No, don't do it.
Do you think that whatever's doing this is one of the big three?
No, I'm sorry. That was stupid. That line to me was just like, come on. It was just that generic MCU humor that's not necessarily bad, but it got old after like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Which is my least favorite MCU movie. So obviously, if those like quippy stuff just kind of takes me back to there, and it's also the reason I don't love Far From Home, because half of that movie feels like a Disney Channel movie.
That is true. What was it? I don't know. I think it must be some kind of government person that created them.
The government's obviously behind it. Because this is Captain America 4, let's be real. In every Captain America movie, the government plays such a big role, and most of the time it's why we should not trust the government. You know, Captain America 1, the government turns this scrawny little guy into Captain America, and then they make him like become a piece of propaganda instead of being a soldier. The Winter Soldier. SHIELD is literally Hydra.
Yeah, that's
Civil
insane.
War. The government wants to regulate all superheroes. Captain America doesn't like that. And this is pretty much Captain America 4. The government brings in this new Captain America without telling the person who should have been Captain America. So,
not cool. You don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
Unless if you want to, in which case they wanted to.
They definitely did want to. Yeah, I won't be shocked if Hydra appears in some velocity. I think it would be cool to see Zola again. You know how in The Winter Soldier he was like the computer?
Oh, yeah.
I would like to see that again.
Wasn't his brain the computer?
Yeah, he uploaded his consciousness into the computer.
That's insane.
Yeah, they just did it for that 5-minute scene. You know, I want to see that again, and I think this would be the perfect time to do it because Bucky knew Zola. Zola was the one who experimented on Bucky, so to see the two of them interact again would be just kiss.
And Zemo would probably kind of maybe know where that is because, I mean, he did track down every little piece of information that he could about Bucky.
He knows everything about Hydra, so if he were to show up, they'd definitely do it through him. Now, do you think they're going to end up working with Zemo? Sam and Bucky?
I think it's going to be like a weird kind of relationship with, like, you know how... Sorry to bring it back to Lord of the Rings, but Sam and Frodo and Gollum.
Yes, that's actually
Zemo's
a very
Gollum.
good comparison.
And he's, like, splitting them apart, but at the same time, like... That's what I think is going to happen, possibly.
It's going to be like... I feel like it's going to be like an episode of Scooby-Doo where he gets away just constantly.
Oh, wait.
Or wait, not Scooby-Doo. No. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else. It's gonna be like he constantly comes back. Team Rocket in Pokemon. That's a good comparison. Sometimes they have to work with him, but they always escape and they always come back. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be something like that. They're gonna work with him. He's gonna try to escape, and they have to bring him back. It's like a hide and seek, or not hide and seek, game of tag or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the cat and mouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great comparison, cat and mouse. I should have thought of that. I'm sorry.
Hmm. What else? Come on, Scotty.
Do we have a ton else?
I don't know. I think that's all that happened. Wait.
Yeah, I mean, these two episodes weren't really that eventful. Like a good amount happened in episode 2, but episode 1 was just like a day in the life almost.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't talk about like how Bucky killed that.
Oh, the guy's son.
Yuri's son. I wanted to see him say something because he has that list to make amends, but he's just like being this guy's friend. I wanted to see him say, "I killed your son."
That would have been like one of the worst moments
Yeah.
ever.
And then Sam just gets denied a bank loan. His family's having financial struggles. That was definitely the part that I liked about episode 1 the most. Just seeing two superheroes live their lives and how they pay the bills. Because as Sam says, we weren't getting like Tony Stark's stimulus check, if you will.
Yeah.
They had to make their own way, even though they were being funded by like the richest guy on the planet.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting of seeing like where Sam actually came from, and like him trying to help, and like you even see how people were affected when they were gone, like his sister and everything.
Yeah, this is definitely like doing a great job at exploring the world post blip, because they tried to do that in Far From Home, and in my opinion, they completely failed at it. But this is a great job, a great way of exploring that, exploring it through the lenses of two people who were gone. Just setting them up to be main characters of a show. And I think that is the best way to go about it.
I think an interesting show would be actually during once the blip was happened, there was no crime, right? And stuff like that.
I don't know, because the Flag Smashers, they said they like a world without borders, so maybe there was more crime. It's a rough period, because you have to imagine after 3.5 or so billion people just unexpectedly vanish, crime is going to go up. There's less law enforcement, there's less people operating stores, etc. There's less government, so I would expect there to be an increased level of crime.
Yeah.
And it's just me. In the real world, if there was someone like the Winter Soldier that existed, Bucky would not have been pardoned.
Yeah.
He would have been sentenced to the death penalty or something. Even though we know that wasn't actually him. He was being controlled by Hydra. I really doubt the government would see it that way.
Yeah.
Even though all the facts are there.
Because he killed a lot of government officials, a lot of high people in America. You don't get away with that.
But again,
that easily.
It could also be, a front for Hydra. They could have infiltrated the government again, so they're pardoning one of their most talented assassins.
Oh, true.
But yeah, we got anything else to say?
I don't know.
Well, next week, you'll be able to see us talk about the event of the century, Monkey versus Lizard.
Oh wait, that is happening next week?
That's next week.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, it comes on an HBO Max the 31st, literally 4 days away.
31st. Oh. Okay, I'm ready.
Team Monkey all the way, obviously. So come back next week where we'll talk about Godzilla v Kong. John, what do you got to say?
I'm going to say that to our audio listeners out there, love you to death. Actually, I didn't have anything to say. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've been your hosts. I've been Scotty O'Shea here with John Bird, signing off now.
Yes.
And you'll see us next week talking about Godzilla vs. Kong. Goodbye.